Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for September the 16th through September the 22nd. And we have a very interesting celestial sky with 3 significant events, and I'll get into that later on the astrology section of your reading. Thank you guys. I had so many new subscribers last week. I'm so excited. Thank you. I really appreciate you all. If you're returning, thank you for your loyalty and your support. I really appreciate that. And if you're new, I hope you enjoy these readings and you'll come back. Now, these are general readings for the collective, guys. So, take what resonates and leave the rest. And don't forget, these are for your sun, moon, and rising. So check out the other videos because maybe your rising sign might make more sense to you. If you would like a more personal, tailored reading, click on this link or go to the Show More section below in the description box. If you're looking at this on a phone, it's a little arrow pointing downwards. If you press that, you can see all the information. All the links to the other videos will be below. The links to my Facebook group will be below. You should join that. Every 2 weeks I do a live feed in Facebook, and we look, it's fun, we look at how the it's either the new moon or the full moon is affecting you personally. Which area of your chart does it affect you? So join my Facebook group. The link is below. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And please don't forget to like, comment. I answer every comment. And subscribe if you haven't already. And share. My short-term goal is get to 10K subscribers. That would be amazing. So, I want to quickly say these readings come in 3 sections. The intro, which is this part, the astrological report, which is next, and then the tarot report, the tarot reading, sorry. And there are skip times to each section so that you can, if you're checking out some moon rising, you can go straight to the video if you want, so you don't have to watch the astrological or the intro again. And another way, guys, to support this channel is through Patreon. I want to thank my patrons. Thank you so much. The link to that will be below. And without further ado, let's go to the astrology section, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading, and we have 3 significant events happening this week, and we have some minor events that I'm not going to go into, but the big news is that Saturn stations direct. It has been retrograde since April, so we are going to feel a shift forward. We're going to be able to see our path forward and a practical way of getting there. Now, Saturn is the Lord of time. He rules time. So we need to bring in patience because things that our goals take time. To get to where we want to go takes time and effort. So we need to allow that time and honor that time to get there. We have had time to prepare things in Virgo, and now it's time for us to propel forward. Now, Saturn is also the planet of lessons. So we need to remember, we need to look at what we've done in the past and learn from it, not repeat mistakes. We will, Saturn a lot of people freak out about Saturn and say, oh no, Saturn. But Saturn actually steers us in the right direction. So what we sometimes consider blocks and things that are stopping us from going forward, this is Saturn saying, no, don't go there. Turn around and go in this direction. It's going to serve you better. So it's about slowing down, right? But it's also about putting the effort and the work into it, because we can't get to where we're going without hard work. And Saturn is about, getting your elbow grease in there, rolling up your sleeves and doing the work to get to where you want to go. And it's in Capricorn, in its home sign of Capricorn. So this is the earth sign. It's manifesting, right? It's going to help us. It's going to put rules and structure in place so that we can get to our goals. This is about limiting, it's about economizing, if you will. So we really have to look and kind of trim the fat. What is not working for us? This, Saturn's about purging, getting rid of what's not working for us anymore, having the courage to let that go. When we let that go, we will go forward faster. Maybe not as fast as we want to. So we really do have to practice patience during this time and honor the sense of time. So this really is about putting effort into it. But this wonderful grounding energy and this direction of going forward is going to, and I also want to mention that Pluto, which has been traveling along with Saturn through the sign of Capricorn, is also slowing down and getting ready to go direct, which will happen at the end of the month or the beginning of next month. That's a whole other story, so I'll go into that later. But we're feeling the effects of that change, transformation, and Saturn is, organizing things for us to go forward and to reach our goals. And we'll be able to see where we're going. Finally, we can see ahead and in practical terms. But we have to put the work in, as I said before. Now, that happens on Wednesday the 18th. Excuse me. And on the, let me just look, on the 21st, we have Jupiter in a challenging aspect, what we call a square in astrology, to Neptune. Now, Jupiter is the planet of abundance, more, expansion, spirituality, adventure. And I'm just looking here at the chart. And Neptune is dreamy, it's visionary, it is spiritual, it is a connection with the ethereal realm and creative, right? So this contentious aspect between the two, between Jupiter and Neptune, well, on the negative side of each planet, right? Jupiter can be addiction. It can be bigger, better, more of something that doesn't work for us. It can be overindulgence, overdoing lots of things. And Neptune is the planet of illusion, right? And on the negative side, delusion, also addiction, and not seeing things in the light, overdoing something, being overly optimistic. Jupiter is optimism too. It's being very optimistic. So Neptune can accentuate that and not see things in realistic terms. Now, going back to Saturn, Saturn's very realistic, so it could help with balancing that out. But we really need to remember that in our psyche. We need to remember that we can go off on tangents. We can be distracted by Neptune. Neptune can be a distraction. I can sit here and I'm planning my day, and before I know it, it's 2 hours later and I haven't got up and done anything because I've been in my head, on this dream with Neptune. So sometimes when this happens, I put alarms on my phone. I have to do this, and I give myself a 2-hour notice of what I have to do. And then when the alarm goes off, I have to go, oh gosh, yeah, I've got to get up and do that. So sometimes we have to do that to bring us back in. But if we have that awareness in our psyche that we can be distracted and we can go off, and we have to kind of ask our question, ask a question of ourselves, okay, is this realistic? Because we have unrealistic expectations sometimes with Neptune, and especially with Neptune and Jupiter in this contentious kind of relationship. So it's something to be aware of. But on the other hand, you can really tap into creativity. You can, if you're a writer, if you're in the visual arts, whatever it is, or just to be creative, it's amazing for, optimistic, visionary goals to make those, and to do, write a novel, something fantastical and mystical. So it's really brilliant to tap into that energy, that source of energy while this is happening. Now, the next thing that is happening is, really it's not this week because this reading goes to the 22nd, but I'd be remiss not to mention that on Monday, the 23rd, the sun moves into Libra. It is the autumn equinox. So this is a huge shift in energy, and the sun is joining Mercury and Venus in Libra. So this, I'll talk about that next week, but I wanted you to know that. So also, happy birthday, Libra. Happy birthday. So we will discuss and talk about what's going on with that next week, because there are some other things going on. So yes, I want to also mention, where is it? I want to also mention at the same time, which I didn't mention as we were talking about it, at the same time that Saturn moves direct, it is in this beautiful trine with the moon in Taurus. Now, the moon in Taurus is in exaltation. It's it's expressing itself how it needs to express itself. It is creating security and helping Saturn. Saturn will help you see your way forward for security. It is a beautiful alignment between the moon and Saturn, so you can actually plan out and see what you need and what you want, and what will make you feel secure. And it's also a very nurturing energy. So it's really interesting that we have. I also want to mention, before we go any further, that the Jupiter squaring Neptune can also bring in some fear of the future. And it can be unrealistic. It feels very real. So you can feel some anxiety. It's really important to meditate during this time. And also, and to remember that things aren't necessarily realistic. So it is about taking care of responsibilities, because Saturn's going to make sure that you take care of your responsibilities. It's going to be in our faces. We will need to take care of things that we've perhaps been putting on the back burner. But also is things that we need to take care of. So Saturn is showing us the way forward. And sometimes, especially with the Neptune and Jupiter connection, we will feel a little fearful and perhaps apprehensive about those responsibilities. But if we just get down and just do a little bit at a time and just take care of them, things will come out of this on top, having taken care of our responsibilities, having lived up to our responsibilities. And that's us showing up for our lives. Okay, everyone. I wish you a wonderful, abundant week. And without further ado, let's go to your tarot card reading, shall we? Hello, Aries, and welcome to your reading for September the 16th through the 22nd. And thank you for all your wonderful comments and condolence messages. They really, really do help me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I really do. Okay, so I look, very Neptunian. I've been shuffling these cards for hours. Okay, so what wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aries for this coming week? 3 cards for Aries, please. Oh, 2. Oh, 1 more. They are flying out. Aries, what's going on with you? Oh, there you go. 3 cards. Okay, let's see. That was the first one. Oh, lovely. Okay, let's go to your clarifying cards. These are clarifying cards for Aries. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give through these clarifying cards for Aries? Lovely. Oh. Okay. One last shuffle for you guys. Okay. Lovely. Please clarify. And please clarify. They are flying like crazy. And please clarify. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at your cards, shall we, Aries? Okay, the first card out for you is the Sun. Clarifying the Sun is the Two of Pentacles. Then you have the Seven of Cups. Clarifying the Seven of Cups is the Page of Pentacles. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles. We love her. And clarifying that is the Five of Swords. Okay. So the Sun, darling, is in exaltation in your sign. This is a very auspicious card for you. This is creativity. It's energy. It's like you will feel energized this week. The sun is shining on you, Aries, and this is your time to shine. Now, the next card you have is the Two of Pentacles. This is like you being a really good multitasker, right? The queen of multitasking or the king of multitasking. This is about, for me, this is about focusing. It's about being in the moment. It's about not missing anything. Keep your eye on the ball. It's important not to get distracted, because if you do, you can drop a ball and it all goes up, you know. It all falls apart. So when the Two of Pentacles comes in, yeah, there's a lot going on. Look, you can see in the background of this, there's, lots of waves and ships are turbulent. So things are moving and shaking for you, Aries. A lot is going on. And you are really going to have to hone in your focus and deal with the task at hand. It's very important. It is very, it's very Saturn stations direct. It's very Saturn going forward. It's like things, all of a sudden you've got all these responsibilities and you have to multitask. Now what's interesting is you have the Seven of Cups, the next card. This is confusion. This is Neptunian energy. Confusion, hard to make decisions. It's like you don't know which way to go. There are opportunities. What should I do? Should I go here? Should I go there? Should I take this? Should I take that? Maybe you're looking at a couple of jobs. Maybe you're looking to move. Maybe, you're looking at suitors or lovers. Whatever this is, there's some confusion as to which direction you need to go in. And all I can say is 7 is introspective. So it is about meditation. The way to eliminate this confusion is to go within. And when you connect with source energy within you, there's no confusion. You know what you need to do. You know what you have to get up and do. And this can also be some fear as to what to choose. And I always think, particularly with this card, in some cards, there are some scary things in the cups, but this has everything in each cup, really positive things. So there are no bad decisions. There are just sometimes lessons in those decisions that we have to learn. So we, if you think of a decision as, look, what can go wrong? Well, don't think of what can go wrong. Don't think of what can go wrong. What you do is you confidently make a decision. If things don't go the way you anticipated them to go, then you just kind of reassess and you just make another decision. But honestly, clearing your mind, purging your mind is very Saturnian, right? Purge that mind. Connect with source. Don't allow the mind to control you. So don't let that fear, don't make a decision out of fear or desperation. It's really important to kind of connect. And clarifying that is the Ace of Pentacles. This is going to be a good start for you. That whatever you choose is going to be a good start, as long as you're making the choice with your heart and your mind, connecting both, and you can do that through meditation, because you'll be calmer, you'll be steadier, and you'll be more focused. But this is an amazing opportunity for you. Something new is coming in for you, and it's going to pay off. Now, you have the Queen of Pentacles, opulence, abundance, right? This is like, she's got a peacock in here, that's abundance. She's holding a big coin. She's dressed luxuriously. She has a bejeweled pillar. That's knowledge. It's a foundation. It's structure through hard work. Right? So this is something, she is an incredible businesswoman, but she really works hard. She's negotiates. She knows how to close a deal. She's very astute. Now, clarifying this card is the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is conflict, but conflict, in order to win it, it's like resorting to personal insults. Resist the urge to win an argument or a battle or whatever it is, a conflict, through personally attacking someone, because we can all go there out of frustration. It's very tempting sometimes when you're frustrated with someone to just insult them, particularly if it's your significant other. This is like winning through humiliation, and actually you don't win, because nobody wins in this situation. Nobody wins. So that urge to be nasty, if you will, resist that urge. Just keep it moving. It's very important to not allow your mind to kind of take over and take you on, because another thing that Neptunian and Jupiter relationship can have us fantasizing about how horrible someone is and how mean they are, not knowing what they're going through. And it's a fantasy, right? But it's a negative fantasy and something that will affect us and perhaps make us dislike someone and see them in a different light and just, be negative towards them and insult them. So it's very important to not, it's vitriol is what I'm getting. Vitriol, being very nasty and mean and verbally abusive almost. So remember, in all conflicts and all arguments, to be extremely respectful, even if they're not. Rise above. And this is about being, it's about living in a higher octave. Saturn's about that. It's reaching for the higher good, for above and beyond, right? So, and Jupiter's like that, and idealism. It's about being, coming from the higher self, if you will, a spiritual place. Don't resort to this, vitriol, this meanness. And that's it, Aries. It looks brilliant. Just control, self-control. And you know what? Saturn is all about discipline and self-control, self-discipline and self-control. So this, you are being asked to bring Saturn in and control yourself as much as possible. Aries, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, co-workers, social media. Help me reach my goal for 10K subscribers. I'm so excited. And comment. I live for comments and feedback, as you know, and I always respond for those of you who've tuned in before. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.